Welcome to another edition of BRC TV. Last week it was all about incentivise, and he lived up to all of our expectations, didn't he, when he romped away with the Caulfield Cup. We will get our fingers crossed now that he can do it again on Tuesday week and create a little more history in the Melbourne Cup. This week it's about the Cox Plate, and Queensland eyes will be cheering for Zaki, the star of our Stradbroke season here with that Doomben Cup romp and the Q22 success. Can he bounce back in the Cox Plate? I think he can, and I know that a lot of Queenslanders will be hoping he can do the same. One man who's very familiar with the Cox Plate is Chris Munce, who was in the winner's circle at Eagle Farm last Saturday with a winning double. Chris won the Cox Plate in 2004 on Savabeel and also ran second a number of times. We spoke to him this week about his memories of the great race. Chris, Spring Carnival time obviously brings back a lot of good memories for you. We'll talk about those in a moment, but obviously Spring Carnival time, nice to get some winners as well, and the stable was in form there at Eagle Farm on Saturday with the double.
Went really well, Nathan. We've been a bit quiet for runners the first part of the season. I've got a lot of babies and not many sort of older Saturday horses, but it was nice to take 4 horses there on Saturday and 2 of them won, so they're 2 nice mares going forward. Yeah,
well, Centre Fire ran well. Rhapsody Rose is the up-and-comer of the stable, and she's had no luck this preparation, draws bad barriers, and came up with another bad one again on Saturday, and you decided to take that out of the equation.
Yeah, well, every start she's had this time around, she's drawn either 9 of 9 or 10 of 10, so it's just one of those things. And as you said, on Saturday, although she had the big weight, the 1400 metre chute's quite a forgiving chute, and I just left the riding up to Ryan Maloney, but I said, mate, just be positive on her and take bad luck out of the equation, and hopefully she can do the rest for you.
I remember seeing Ryan after the first up run, and he walked past on his way to the races. He said, well, there's your slaughter of the day. So he's atoned in good style there on Saturday.
Yeah, well, the owners were pretty good about it. When I was sort of asking them who they wanted on the horse, and Ryan's name was mentioned, and they said, well, surely he couldn't F it up twice in a row. So he repaid him in aces there on Saturday.
What does she go to now? That's a tidy effort. 59 kilos, led throughout, run them off their legs there at 14 at Eagle Farm last week. Where would he go next?
I'll back off her. I'll give her a week, 10 days in the paddock now, and she'll come back and freshen up for the mode. 1200 metres, Phillies race across the road at Doomben. Then she'll go to the Vogue and then the Magic Million. So they'll be her next 3 runs. And after that, hopefully we can get a nice break into before the Winter Carnival, because I do think she's a genuine winter filly. I think there's some nice races for her, and as far as I still don't even think we've tapped her as far as distance goes. I think that although she's a bowl-going filly, her dam side suggests she'll get 1.25 miles and further. So where she gets to, I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to leave it up to her to tell me, but I think anything's possible.
Oh, the Vogue and Magic Millions Guineas are races that bring back fond memories for you 3 years ago now with Boom Sarah. But another race that's got great memories for you is the Cox Plate. You were able to win it on a really good 3-year-old in Savabeel, and you went close a few more times there. Tell us about Savabeel, in that you'd ridden 3-year-olds a few times previously and you'd almost said no more.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, my first few rides in the Cox Plate were on 3-year-olds, because obviously the colts, they had a lightweight 48.5, and wasn't many jockeys that could ride that. And I'd ridden some really good 3-year-olds in that race, like Redo's Choice and Show a Heart and Kenwood Melody and their likes, and they just never got sighted. For whatever reason it was, on Cox Plate Day, they just couldn't sustain the pressure of the 1.25 miles around the valley. And I'd said to my manager at the time, I said, well, no more 3-year-olds. I said, riding the 48.5 for them is just not worth it. Anyway, lo and behold, along comes Savabeel, and he said, I think you better ride this one. He said, it's a nice stay-in type colt, and Roger's declaring it. I said, oh, well. So we rode him in the Spring Champion Stakes, and the rest is history. He won the Spring Champion Stakes, and then he went straight to the Cox Plate and won the Cox Plate with 48.5, and turned out to be a sensational sire.
And I think the following year you rode Lateria into second. That was one of the most amazing Cox Plates visually. That's where they all took off 8 abreast at the school.
It's probably, and it's funny to say, it was probably one of the most heartbreaking races for me as well, because she had the run of the race. She just bounced out of the gates, was given, she just travelled nicely in behind the speed, relaxed beautifully, and was. I remember Ronnie Quinton telling me before the first time I ever rode, and he said the last horse off the bit at the school usually wins the race. And I'm getting past the school and I've still got a handful of horses, and I'm thinking, oh, well, I'm starting to get goosebumps. And next minute we turned for home, not unlike Savabeel, and she kicked clear to win the race, and I thought, well, I've won. And she used to have a habit of pricking her ears. 100 metres out or a furlong out from the line, she'd be pricking her ears, although she was trying. And I could sense the storm of horses coming to the outside of me, and lo and behold, here was Mackay Diva swooping down the outside and blew us out, and she ended up running second. But it was look, even though I ran second, it was one of them thrilling moments in racing that I'll probably cherish for the rest of my life.
All right, we race at Doomben on Saturday. Can the stable get a winner on Cox Plate Day here in Brisbane?
I think Bedini's Girl will improve nicely. I thought her first up run was good in a very fast, high rating 1,000-metre race at Caloundra. Tony Gollan's horse won the race with Fur over in very quick sectionals, so I think it was quite a strong race. So I think her, as long as she can draw a competitive gate, will certainly be very hard to beat.
Well, springtime is not just about the racing, it's about the fashion as well, and Oscar Salon's Fashions on the Field will be a key part of the Brisbane Racing Club over the next few weeks.
So Steph is one of the Brisbane Racing Club's racing ambassadors, and also she's a younger woman on the rise. With a love of fashion, obviously, but also with the racing side of things, she's the perfect canvas to be playing around with this morning. Definitely watch this space and really showcasing new season Lexus and some amazing fashion.
Bart joins us now. I don't know about you, Bart, but the Cox Plate's close to my favourite race of the year.
Yeah, it's always a great atmosphere there and the tight track. A little history lesson. I know you love history lessons. The 3-year-olds in the Cox Plate, there's 20 of them won. A lot of them came through the Caulfield Guineas, but we've seen, in contrast to So You Think and those sort of horses that are suspect at the trip, they just compound. Like, you know, Chortle got beaten 38 lengths, our Maze K got beaten 23 lengths. They've got to be genuine, seasoned 3-year-olds, and I think Animo fits the bill.
Okay, history lesson for you. 37 years since the Caulfield Guineas winners done the double then.
Yeah, but Seamus Award, those sort of horses, So You Think, they ran in the Guineas. It's the best form race for the 3-year-olds coming in.
I'm going to stick solid with Zaki. I know he's disappointing last time, but a lot of Cox Plate winners have a downer and then can bounce back to win the Cox Plate.
It's very hard for horses to compete at the top level time after time after time, so that'd be a little forgiving too.
Well, that's the Cox Plate. Here at Doomben, I think we've got a terrific card, 10 races. I know last week you were singing the praises of Sir Warwick. You're going to stick solid when he runs on race 9 on Saturday?
I think he's a good thing. There's a few scratchings there. He's got a handy draw. He's a speed runner. 1350 metres, I think he'll just cruise along and win. He broke a class record that stood for 16 years when he won midweek here, and he was home in 33 and a tick. I think he'll win.
He's certainly flying. And Jake Capewell, he's a very, very good horseman. We don't not known as a trainer yet, but I suspect that might change.
Yes, he's got a great background with horses, and he's done a super job with Sir Warwick. He's a nutcase at the barrier, and he's managed to get him to go into the stalls and jump cleanly. So, tick for Jake.
All right, that's Sir Warwick. You've got anything else at Doomben?
I think race 3 Zingalong's hard to beat. Blinkers on. He had no luck first up. He was wide. A little bit of give in the track will help him. There's a horse in that race you've got to watch, Valiant. He hasn't started for a long while. He's had 2 recent trials on the Northern Rivers. He went like a bomb. Watch him.
He did. His form reads well. It's just hard to line up off that really long break. And one more for the punters?
Yeah, I think a promising 3-year-old Birry Card. He's coming off midweek form, but it was a super win. Only a field of 5. He was 3 wide, had to go back to last. Finished off strongly. I think he's capable of further improvement.
Okay, and just to finish off, you've been an incentivised man the whole way through. Will he complete the double on Tuesday week?
He's a freak, a machine. He'll get the 3200 on his ear.